All right, let's talk about 5 hosting tips to grow your Airbnb business from becoming an amateur host to becoming a professional host making 6 to 7 figures. For those of you who are like, who the heck is he? My name is Justin, and I'm actually a SuperHost with my girlfriend on Airbnb. And in the past 4 months that we've started our journey on Airbnb, I've learned everything from head to toe, from analytics to the whole platform itself. And we just started co-hosting with other hosts to make even more money, bringing you guys more details on the journey. Before we get started, there is a link down in the description box below for you to sign up on Airbnb. That link will show you guys how much you'll make if you guys are interested, and just as a bonus, you'll make an extra $25 and you'll also be supporting my channel. Also, on top of that, there is a link in the description box below for those of you who are interested about the business tools I use in my Airbnb business, and stick around to the very end so you can hear the most important tip. With that being said, let's go with tip number 1, automating your messages. A lot of amateur hosts don't do this, and they don't know that you can do this without having
expensive software and buying this and having a property management.
You can actually automate your messaging from Airbnb.com. When you go into your inbox, you can go up to the settings tab and click on scheduled messaging. On scheduled messaging, you can automate your messaging by having a specific messaging that will be sent whenever. You can preset it to be like pre-booking, or when they book, or the day before they check in. It makes your job so much easier without having a property management and not having to literally text everyone individually, copying that messaging, pasting it when they book. It makes the process so much easier. So that will save you guys a lot of time and energy while you guys run your business. All right, tip number 2, allowing instant bookings. I have some of you guys who tell me, or I guess I have friends that tell me, why do you allow instant booking? Number 1, Airbnb likes when you allow instant booking. They'll give you guys more impressions to other people because that's what they're promoting, instant booking. Not only that, you'll actually make more revenue because a lot of people just want to book the place. They don't want to go back and forth.
I'm staying for this, I'm having this amount of guests.
For those who allow instant bookings, that makes it a lot more convenient for other people, and they're like, okay, you know what? I like to stay for this place because of business. I'm instant booking. Don't do this if you're doing this part-time. If you're doing this as a full-time business and you're taking Airbnb seriously, then allow instant bookings. For those of you who are like,
I'm still not 100% about instant bookings,
that's okay. There is a way to make instant booking more like pre-qualifying and instant booking. We always require that our guests who stay have their government ID verified with Airbnb, and also that they have a host recommendation and have 4 stars. Without that, they cannot instant book, and it makes our job easier because other hosts have had them and had the chance to review them, and we get to know that, hey, whoever's staying at our place is going to be professional and will be taking care of our place. If you want to make it even more secure, make it more uptight, you can also have them send you a pre-booking message of why they're staying or other questions that you have about the guest, which makes your process much easier, and so you don't have to pre-qualify every single guest. Tip number 3, which is going to be very careful who you accept. I know I just said allow instant booking, but this is different. I'm talking about people who have no reviews, no stars. Maybe their government ID is the only thing that has been accepted with Airbnb. The reason for this is you always want to pre-qualify those who have 3.0 or 3 stars or lower and have no reviews. Because for us as a business, we always want to make sure that our mortgage is paid and we're making money and revenue. But sometimes that gets carried away when it's our first couple. When you get your first booking, you're like, oh my gosh, I need to let him book. I need him to book our place. So you qualify him and you let him accept. The day that they leave and you come back to see if there's any damage or what the cleaning looks like, it becomes a ruined mess because 1, they had no reviews. Number 2, you never pre-qualified them. It becomes a big hassle. So be careful who you accept on your bookings. That is really important, more than making more revenue for the long term. Also want to see why they're staying. Hey, I'm staying for a business meeting, then you'll know that they're very quiet, they're gonna respect your place. Or, hey, I'm here for vacation with a couple of my friends. That might be a sign of, ooh, maybe they're gonna be partying. Do I want partiers at my place? How young do they think they look? Those are a couple of things that you really wanna look out for. And another way that we always try and pre-qualify for those who don't have 4 stars or have no reviews at all is, how do they text us for the pre-booking? Do their message seem polite, genuine? Do they look like they're gonna respect our place? Those are gonna be the most important things about allowing those guests to stay at your place. Tip number 4, which is probably gonna be one of the most important ones that a lot of people just don't look at, which is get good short-term rental insurance. This is so important that a lot of people just don't look at. When you buy a property, you are required by law to sign up for home insurance. But the government or the people who are lending you out the loan does not know that you are short-term rental. You can say it's a rental property, but they don't have to specifically know that you're Airbnb-ing the place. And so as long as you get rental insurance, you are set. But some insurance agents that you work for, that you reach out to, don't know the difference between a long-term rental insurance and a short-term rental insurance. And so they'll just give you the base coverage because they'll probably think, hey, this person's probably just going to rent out the place. They just need the minimum amount of insurance to make profit. And it becomes a nightmare because, one, you'll come to find out if you do have any repairs or damages done to your property, that those insurance will not cover Airbnb. Now, Airbnb does have something called air cover that a lot of people are like, oh, that's the short-term rental insurance. We're said and done. Actually, it's not. It's more of a coverage for the host or you, and it only protects you and not the property. That's the most important thing that you guys have to remember. Air cover covers, I think, about $1 million or $2 million for host, but not the property. So let's say, and this has happened with our property, the water pipe burst. In our situation, we doubt it did, but it did, and the whole place flooded. There was damages done to his property. It came out to be like $2,000 that he had filed a claim with Airbnb. And when we got to the property, it was actually flooded. Like literally the floors had lifted up. There were puddles. Our furniture was damaged. We had so much damage. And when we called Airbnb to confront the situation, they told us,
Air cover doesn't cover your property. It only covers that $2,000 that he wanted to get claimed for.
So we had to go out of pocket and change our floorings and change the pipes, and we had to spend a lot of money in our situation. So, end of the story is get good short-term rental insurance for the long term. Yes, it might be more expensive as a monthly payment for your expense, but it will greatly make your profit way bigger in the long run. So make sure you guys get good short-term rental insurance. The last and final tip, which is number 5, the most underrated thing that a lot of people do is they don't get personal with their stays. What I mean by that is if you've ever stayed at a 3 to 5 star hotel these days, they will personalize that hotel room on the TV to say your name. Obviously, they have their own software, and I don't know exactly how they do that. They probably have like their own like tech people who do that. But all I'm saying is you don't have to go and put their names on their TV. Write a letter or get a whiteboard and write their names. These are like the things that we do at our Airbnb that work, that makes everything more personalized. And that's why we have 18 5-star reviews on our condo that we just started 4 months ago. It drastically changes someone else's Airbnb versus you because you've personalized your Airbnb to them. That also tells them that, hey, this place has been cleaned for you, and also this stay is for you, and it makes them more happy that, hey, that they've spent time to write their names for the place. Not only that, if you want to go a step above, is to write a handwritten letter saying, hey, thanks for staying at our place, I appreciate it. If you have any problems, call us or text us, anything like that, and put it on the table when they come in. They'll thank you later, and it makes you as a host have 5 stars and makes the process so much easier. Now you can go overboard if you know exactly why they're staying. Let's say they have an anniversary or birthday. What we do is yes, as it does take more time, but we actually go down to dollar store. We just get them a balloon and a piece of candy, put it in the condo for them. And that makes them so much shocking that you actually care about the person. So these are things that will basically get you from being an amateur to becoming a professional. With that being said, guys, let's do an overview on what's really important, which is tip number 1 is to automate your messaging. Save more time and energy by automating your messaging. Number 2, which is allowing instant booking to make more revenue and so you have great guests. Number 3 is Be careful who you accept on your bookings if they have less than 4 stars or have no reviews, and always communicate with your guests to know and pre-qualify them. Number 4, probably one of the most important ones, is get good short-term rental insurance. And number 5 is get personal with them and personalize their stay. With that being said, guys, if you guys are trying to sign up for Airbnb, check that link in the description box below to get $25 off to see a rough estimate on how much you'll make in your area. And there's also a link of those who are interested on what business tools I use for my Airbnb. So if you do have any questions or concerns, put it in the comment section below. I want to see what you guys have questions when you're starting your Airbnb business. And if you guys did like this video, like and subscribe somewhere here or down here. And thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.